I'd like to invite our first guest up to the stage. What we're going to focus on in our first conversations, just for fun, is really about computing, networking, and infrastructures. So I'd like to welcome Bill Bowman from Apple Computer, Loretta Armenta with Quest, Emily Diaz with Cisco, and Mike Belcher with Hewlett Packard. Have a seat, please. Now, I didn't really prepare any top 10s, so don't expect that, but you might be surprised anyway. I'd like to kind of open the discussion. Loretta, I want to thank you, by the way, for being a sponsor of the show today.
You're welcome.
And my first question is kind of, you know, what's about passion? What's your passion? Why are you even involved in education and getting Quest to back up New Mexico education?
Well, education for us is really a family commitment. First of all, I'm a mother, a grandmother. Very, very passionate about public education, because I think public education is the foundation of our country. And so therefore, work in tandem with a lot of people to make things happen that will improve the quality of our education, but more importantly, create those vehicles where our kids today can excel.
Outstanding. Yeah, thank you so much. We heard a lot of things this morning, by the way, and yesterday. Bill, what are some of your impressions? What did you learn?
You know, probably the most interesting thing is from the talk right here beforehand, I happen to think that we need to sort of throw stuff out and start over. Because the issue for me is we have a disconnection between the current education system and what the kids expect. You know, I take my kids as an example at home. They have robust technology available to them. They have, you know, they use it day in and day out every day. They sleep with their cell phones, for crying out loud.
They do?
Yeah. It's an interesting phenomenon, but when they get into the classroom, so much of that is taken away from them. It's removed back to things that were built 100 years ago. You know what,
so I was thinking about, you know, asleep at the classroom. Tricia, do you mind putting a question up, maybe, you know, what's the percentage of students that fall asleep at school? And we'll answer that, right? Everybody has their clicker?
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as the question comes up, let's figure out, let's see. A lot of you educators and teachers might have that experience. I have that experience with my wife, who's down here in the audience, and the kids at home. So I want to know what percentage of students who fall asleep at school. There we go. Emily, what about you? What's Cisco kind of in your passion, your personal passion for New Mexico? Because I know you live here in New Mexico. We just met, what, about an hour or yesterday, actually, a few days ago.
Right. Well, and my mother was a teacher growing up and a teacher in the schools here in New Mexico. So again, it's a family affair in my household as well. And luckily I work for Cisco, who's had a great emphasis in education. You know, if you've ever heard John Chambers speak, he really believes it's the equalizer for our students to compete globally. So I'm happy to be able to support that here.
Outstanding. Hey, Mike, what about you? You know, we talk about STEM, and actually we're going to queue up a video in a minute, a couple of minutes segment. We're asking students, actually students asking students what STEM is. So STEM, is it more than just a part of a plant? What's STEM for HP?
You bet. It most definitely is. HP has a huge investment, not only in education, but in research. I don't know if folks are aware or not, but HP Labs, where we do the majority of our innovation and also invention, we spend about $3.5 billion a year just on research. HP Labs works with R1 institutions, NSF, several other different foundations to truly help uncover where there are needs and how technology can help in those needs across the world. STEM is a huge important issue for HP. We do not have enough engineers to supplant what we need to develop the products and services that our clients need across the world.
Yeah, our families cannot produce fast enough, right? That's part of it, I guess.
Bet.
What's the result of the asleep at the school? Let's cue up the 2-minute show here and see what happens. I'd be curious, what's your guess? 50%, 10%, 20%? What did we get? Ta-da! Drum roll. There you go. Woo. So it looks like you know, 25 to 50%, right, of students fall asleep at school. Wow, that's amazing. There's something called Ready to Learn too, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and cue up the video. It's a video about the Bernalillo students at the Intel Computer Clubhouse. They ask students, what is STEM?
interviewing some students here at Burnwell High School, asking them about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So let's go do it. All right, here we go. What does STEM mean to you?
Like in math?
Do you know what STEM is?
On a plant?